Moody, and welcome back to Goody's Corner. Today I'm going to be reviewing two of the same authored book and one of a different authored book. And the two same authored books was Megan McDonald, and let's see what we have in those books. Judy Moody's Stink and the Wishbone. I've been checking around Megan McDonald's books for a while, so I was checking around her shelf in the library, and I found this. I've been waiting to find a book this, and I had no doubts about it. I just got it. So yes, I got this one. And then this is another one, the Sisters Club Rule of Three. This was a very unique type one, so I really liked it. It really also sounded like a big book, and I want to start moving on to those books. So yeah, I got this also for that. And this is the one not same authors, Megan McDonald, and this is also for the reason why I could read big books, see? So, this is Blaire. This is like, I think the first American Girl, and this is American Girl adventure book. I never really thought it was going to be like American Girl, books, but I actually found one, so it was pretty interesting to read it, and it had a great story. Now let's first talk about Judy Moody and Stink the Wishbone. If you want to know more about the characters, you can go check out my other two videos that I've done. I've done one for Stink. I've done also one for Judy Moody. So if you want to, go through more details of Judy Moody and Stink, you can go check out those videos and come back to this video. And let's get started talking about this book. And this book is where there's this turkey trot, and they're like, okay, we're gonna win this turkey trot, Judy Moody says, and Stink says, no, probably there's always things that can happen unexpected. And she's like, no, I'm very confident that I'm gonna win the turkey. It was very rare, and she took it into her hands, and Stink is still scared about that. So Judy Moody calls Grandma Lou and says, why waste extra food? I'm gonna win the turkey, and it's gonna be proud for me. So Pinky, promise you won't buy another turkey. And behind our sneaky Stink hears everything that Judy Moody says. And Grandma Lou said yes to Judy Moody's promise. So then they go to the final day of the turkey trot. Well, Stink also kind of win, and Judy Moody also kind of win, but they got the turkey, but it was a frozen turkey. They had a waiting and a long Thanksgiving night because the turkey was frozen and they had to cook everything at the last minute. So, yep, it wasn't such a good turkey Thanksgiving, I would say. And this is another book in Megan McDonald, and this book is named The Sisters Club Rule of Three. I'm going to talk about this characters. This is a series, by the way, and the three main characters are Joey, Alex, and Stevie. They're like the most popular girls, and they get selected into a concert. Why are the most popular girls? I had that exact same question, and it said because everything was like in pairs of three. So there's this really cool rule that just came in their town, and they're like, rule of three is the best, rule of three is the best, and they're three pair of sisters, right? So yeah, they were the best kids. Now let's continue the story on from there. So if you want to continue on from there, after they got selected into the concert, Stevie took that as to shine out, even though she goes to cooking shows, but she doesn't think that's enough. And Alex no, I'm taking 50% of the shining thing. So then Alex and Stevie are fighting like, you're supposed to do my plays. You're supposed to do my plays. So yeah, that was a very, very long fight. And then they came up with the plan. We both take every single lessons we could and save the day because we both have 2 important plays. And then Alex says, no, you should take this actually. I was just selfish. So please accept this, so you should go by yourself. Please, I'll go with Joey and watch the show. And she was at least proud that she told it before, like the audition started and stuff. So they know that Alex did not want to come on stage and she was just selfish. So that was a very happy ending. Now let's talk about Blaire by Jennifer Castle. This took me a long time to read, but such a great story, and everything happened like on purpose to like move on with the book. And all that purposes causes like came up into a ball of problem for Blaire. It all starts off where Blaire gets this recent food allergy, which no one really knows why. She can't eat dairy stuff, so it was very hard to live along her life, but she was handling it in there. Then there's this problem coming up. Mr. Relly is another guy, and then he says that, okay, can you please take care of my child and do my overnight dinner and leave it on my dinner counting table? And that will be the biggest favor you ever done for me, Blaire. And then she's like, it's totally fine. It's easy peasy, like a slice of cake. But then Chanella is the kid that Blaire's babysitting and he just ran away. That was very, unresponsible for Blaire. She hid it away from her parents or else they'll freak out. So yeah. Then there's this girl named Kat, which is Blaire's friend, and Kat has a friend named Gabe and they're both going to marry. And Blaire's the best bakery, so she's like, okay, you need to do this wedding plan for me. Please, I'll do anything for this. So Blaire's like, okay, you're my friend, I can do anything. But she gets worse with her food allergy. And Mrs. V is like, okay, Blaire, I'll help you out. Everything was fancy and pricey, but it was okay for the wedding plan. Then Kat's like, no, I don't want this wedding plan. Gabe and I had a problem. So then Thea, another friend of Blaire's, is like, okay, we're gonna fix that problem and put magazine posters so she gets happy again that Gabe and Kat are marrying. Then Kat's like, okay guys, I've seen these posters everywhere and I think I want to marry Gabe again. And then Blaire's like, oh, I think the newspaper trick worked. And then Kat was like, what? And then she's like, we put posters for you to convince that we're going to marry to Kat and Gabe. And she's like, what? So they ripped down all the posters and do a wedding plan. Thankfully, and all the posters just never came in sight again. So that's it for this video, guys. If you like this book review, please like and subscribe. Bye!